What's going on, man? Quarantine
What is
stream
up?
live. Quarantine stream is live. We're down 3 right now. Obviously,
Yes.
it's the weekend. I think people take that. They get
Well,
they.
what even is the weekend during a quarantine? Honestly,
I mean, but people get an inch, they take a yard. I mean, people are these guys are probably out gallivanting around town.
right?
Some people
I'm
at the
sure they're
beach.
up to something very important. Very
I
important.
mean, they better have a really great excuse.
Yeah. Let's hope.
Everybody knows the showtime, right?
It's the 4thandJawn Sunday night 8 o'clock show. I thought that this was printed in the skies. I didn't know that.
Hey, there he
Oh,
is.
there he is.
There he is.
Yo,
Right
what's
out
happening?
and bushy tailed. How you doing? You look
Hey,
like you got some sun.
Oh,
yeah.
I did.
I was
Yeah,
just,
you
I,
did.
You like that? You
Yeah,
like
you
that?
do.
I was just talking crap. I was saying these guys are probably out at the beach or something, getting a tan.
No,
Here you are,
I was
Mr.
actually
Red Lobster.
I was barbecuing at my parents' place.
Okay.
I was cooking dinner for them, but the previous 2 nights, yeah, I was at the beach. So yeah.
Catch anything good? Got some halibut? Throw on the grill?
Yo, halibut's a Pacific fish, bro.
How do I know?
But yeah, some
Yeah.
flounder, some bluefish.
Flounder fluke season opens up on the 20th. So yeah, bluefish and striped bass. That's what we were catching.
Nice.
I'm glad you got a tan.
Yeah.
I've
Did you get out of the house at all?
I'm
I've
slacking.
I've been in the house for 4 straight days.
That's I'm sorry to hear that.
4 straight.
How many of those? What is that?
Two
That
straight.
96 hours of that? How much has been spent watching Eagles clips?
I'd say 50% of the time it's all Eagles.
Nice.
Every day. But I would say, but I did get out. I got a pizza the other day. But then I did. Oh, here we go. Stragglers are coming in here.
Hey,
What's up, Brian?
What's up, fellas?
How's it going?
Put them in a bathroom.
Already? Oh, right off the bat.
My guy.
there's gonna be some words that are said the first time that we all see in person again.
Gail's on an ego power trip, sitting at the controls.
Enjoy it while it lasts.
Hey, Michael. Since the Last Dance is coming on, I'm doing my best impersonation of Michael Jordan right now. Are you guys? I mean, it's kind of spicy. I mean, people are like, that's one of the only things that people are really talking about on Sundays.
It's one of the only things going on. Yeah.
It's the last 2 episodes.
And people were talking about how much of a dick he is, and I was expecting far worse, to be honest with you. I was expecting people like, he was tyrannical, he was an asshole, he was this, he was that. He was hard on, and all I see is a dude that just holds his teammates accountable. All I see is a dude that just wants to win and will ream you an ass if you're not putting in the kind of work that deserves to be put in. Is he a bit of a ball breaker? Yeah, but you know what? When you're the best player in the league and you're leading by example, you have every right to call other people out.
Exactly. When you're the one setting the precedent for how to play, I mean, you're the judge, jury, and executioner for your own team. It's not like he was more important than the head coach. I mean,
yeah, I think like in this day and age, could Michael Jordan do some of the things that he did back then? Probably not. But like at the end of the day, like he was a fierce competitor. And when people talk about like the difference between like some of the other greats, Michael Jordan just had that like, I'm gonna curb stomp you any chance I get. Look at the stuff that he tried to like pull from, like to gain inspiration from him. Like if someone said the wrong word, looked at him the wrong way, he would just like take that as fuel and do something crazy the next day. So
Do you guys honestly believe that if social media and all that stuff was at MJ's time, a lot would have been exposed as it is in the past couple of weeks?
hey guys,
Hey,
Yo.
Crocs, what's happening?
say that again, Prime.
Yeah, say that again.
I'm saying if social media was around the time when MJ was playing, do you think a bunch of his stuff would have been exposed as it has been coming out lately in the past couple of weeks because of the Last Dance?
Of course, it would have been.
Yeah.
Of course, it would have been.
Do you think back then they would have been looking at him a whole lot different?
No, I mean, because you got to think of the personality of the people that were like. You got to think of the entire landscape of the world back then. Like we've done a lot of evolving since the '80s and that time. The things that we say, our vocabulary's changed. I think that it would have been like it would have looked like now looking back on it in 2020, if social media existed then and we look back at the things he said, we would look at it with a slanted eye and be like, man, I can't believe he was getting away with saying all those things. But in the time, I don't think that it would be that outrageous.
Plus, I think we on the outside take a look at competitive sports. Like we see a lot of things but we don't know a lot of things. And here's what I mean by that. You'll see Phillip Rivers, Aaron Rodgers, dudes with screaming at their offensive linemen or screaming at their wide receivers because they didn't run the right route or they didn't catch the ball. And we saw it kind of when the Eagles had that All or Nothing on Amazon Prime. We saw Brandon Graham hold Malcolm Jenkins accountable, right, when it went sailing over his head against the Minnesota Vikings game.
Yep.
I think Brandon said something like, yo, that's two. That's two now. You got to make a play. And that was the very gentle way of putting it. But we see players screaming at other players all the time. And it's just, for those who have played the game, that's normal. When people are getting on your ass, when coaches are getting on their ass. But every once in a while, you see something leaked out to the media where it's a player like maybe mic'd up in what he said, or a coach, dressing down a player that isn't performing or isn't doing right. And people be like, oh my God, that guy, I can't believe, that player must be his feelings must be so hurt. Now, when you play competitive sports, man, that's a different atmosphere. And Jordan was just the top of all of that.
I mean, back then there was no participation trophies. It was as real as you can get. The physicality was amazing. I mean, you catch your elbow to the chest. Nobody's like everyone's like doing the fake. What do they call it when they fake? Like they
hand checking. No hand checking.
Guys are faking injuries, flopping. There was no
flopping,
real flopping like there is today. Today's players also have to be actors. So hats off to today's players. Our conversation. I mean, at the end of the day, Michael Jordan was the MVP, and this show we're going to start talking about some of our future MVPs in 2020.
Yes. Nice segue.
Offensive, defensive. How are you guys feeling about our offensive players this year? Yeah, you guys are pretty excited for the squad.
We got a completely revamped offense, man. We have first of all, the one thing that I love that they went after is health, man. We've been dealing the past 3 years, we've been dealing with, just the scraps of our roster. And I don't mean that in an offensive way. I mean that as we go into the season with an idea of who is going to be around Carson Wentz, and then all of a sudden we just have what's left after the injuries. And so I think to go after a bunch of guys that have proven that they are tough, can stay healthy, and on top of that, blazing speed, it's going to be a completely different looking offense this year.
I mean, if you're
asking,
think the line, if you're asking,
do you guys think we're a little thin at linemen?
I think that's where the JP conversation comes in for sure.
I'm worried about a backup center. I'm worried about a third man in line to take over for a tackle position.
I think Sayamalu can run him for backup center.
They also grabbed Prince Wana.
Yeah, they drafted two guys.
So there goes your backups. And then Yoda in the house, man.
Yoda's still in the house.
Yeah. If you're asking who the offensive MVP is going to be, we got two great tight ends. Alshon is going to be back. Deshaun's going to be, Rager. Okay, I think really the offense is going to surround the focal point of it, and how it goes is going to be very dependent on Miles Sanders and his kind of last year was the breakout year, like his sophomore year. Are we going to have, a sophomore slump? We see a lot of these rookie running backs, they come out guns ablaze and they have that sophomore slump. Can Miles Sanders avoid the sophomore slump? Can he continue to work on his game? Because in the beginning of the year, there wasn't a lot of Miles Sanders around. You know what I mean? And then all of a sudden he starts busting one off, long one against Buffalo. And we went, okay. That's the guy. And then even in a limited role with limited snaps and that basically playing backup to Jordan Howard half the season, he goes out and starts breaking rookie franchise records for the Eagles. You know what I mean? So how he goes, I think it's going to go. Because realistically, if Deshaun goes down, you got Rager. If Alshon goes down, you should have JJ. If Zach goes down, you got Dallas. If Miles goes down, you got Boston Scott. And I love Boston Scott, but he's a complimentary back instead of being a feature back. It's going to be the Miles Sanders show.
Or if they bring in LaShawn McCoy.
Oh, stop.
That also would not be a feature back situation. He's past his prime there, man.
Yeah, what's that? 5 snaps a game, Gail? 5 snaps a game for LaShawn?
Yeah, it's weird that he didn't play. Really, you're in the Super Bowl and you don't suit up. That's got to come on.
Is it that weird, or is he just past his prime? There's no tread left on the tire, man.
No pun intended. Sanders is. But I heard from the grapevine that LaShawn McCoy could be a thing, perhaps. Prime, did you hear that?
I heard the same thing, but I'm not a fan of that. I'd rather go with Hyde or Devontae Freeman as a pickup on in the free agency. But nah, I mean, I love LaShawn. That's my dude, and once an Eagle and always an Eagles. But nah, I'm good. I gotta agree with Evan, man. The treads are done.
Mm-hmm. Shane's washed up.
Yeah,
I agree with Gary right there.
Yeah, I wouldn't say the tank is empty, but he's certainly on the last little ticker there.
Yeah, and I mean, it's like how he's going to go against everything he's been saying lately. We got to get younger.
Yeah, I mean, if you pull a JP move and you pull a LaShawn McCoy move, that's like
contradiction.
That goes against everything you've been saying this entire
absolutely.
off season.
You don't want to be. Go ahead.
Yeah. No,
you don't want to be.
Is he fast? All right, not as fast as he used to be. Can he stay healthy? Is he healthy? He's getting up there in the age, so he's going to have injury issues. Like Prime said, I agree. It just goes against everything they've been doing in the off season.
Yeah. I know we need a veteran running back to add to the mix, and I think you're going to have to look at something on the cheaper side and somebody who pushes the rest of this pack. Because, again, if you said Miles Sanders goes down, that group looks a little iffy. You don't have a true 3-down back, so they're gonna have to bring in someone that has that kind of skill set. But together, I mean, Corey Clement, a guy that he's kind of
gotta love having Corey back for sure.
He's kind of been forgotten in this group, but can he stay healthy?
Can he make the roster as well as what they're also asking?
Whoa! Wow!
Whoa! Wait! What do you mean? Whoa,
get the top rope ready. Get the top rope.
Whoa!
Well, no. I agree with Prime. I think assuming that Corey has a roster spot is way overdoing it. There's a guy that play.
You don't think he's a top 3 back on this team?
As it stands in the depth chart right now, but I don't guarantee him a roster spot. Absolutely not.
Coming from a guy who called Corey Clement the next Brian Westbrook, just shitting all over his grave.
Yeah, they can't all be gems, dude. I'm gonna miss out on some of them. They can't all be gems. All right. So I thought.
I mean, if it came down to him or Holyfield,
I thought he was gonna be the next Westbrook, but
the last couple years has been his body is just. He's had some really weird injuries, and his body just hasn't held up. And I think that's part of being a pro is you have to get your body ready every year. Not everyone can prepare for injuries, but they do happen. So,
I mean, don't get me wrong.
Back is usually one of those spots that they suffer the most.
Jenny says no.
You guys had to pick Freeman or Hyde. Are we all going Hyde?
What's that?
You guys all going Hyde?
If it was Freeman or Hyde, are you guys all going Hyde? Because I'm going Hyde. I'm not.
No, I would take Devontae Freeman over Carlos Hyde personally.
I would take Devontae as well.
I'm
really.
Yeah.
I don't remember Carlos Hyde ever having an MVP.
We're tied 1-1. We got Gale and Eda pick still.
I might go Hyde.
Either one.
Yeah.
Either one.
Hyde's cheaper and younger.
Wouldn't be the swing vote there, eh?
Getting back to the topic here. I mean, who do you guys think? Who's your Eagles' offensive MVP for 2020?
I think we got to say outside of Wentz here, because if we have a good year, Wentz is obviously, I think, going to be the key part of our offense. Obviously, I think it's hard to look past the bromance, man. How can you not say Zach Ertz? I think that's the guy who's going to end up. Like, why would he stop looking his way all game long like he has his entire career?
So your MVP will be Zach Ertz 2020.
Outside of Wentz, yeah, I would put Ertz.
Okay, interesting.
Yo, Ev, you're in the wrong direction on that. It's the other tight end, my brother. He's going to get a third wheel to that bromance, bro, this season. There's going to be a third wheel on the bromance. Yeah,
Love it. Yeah. I can't wait to see a tight end break a tackle now that you bring it up.
Now, E, who do you got for your MVP and runner-up
on offense?
Mm-hmm.
Miles Sanders.
Oh, booby! I think he likes the boobies.
I'm more of an ass man myself, but you know.
Miles ass man. Okay. And who's your runner-up?
Runner-up, Rager. I'll give it Rager. I'll go with the Rook. If the Rook can do everything we hope he can do, and stretch that field and be a dynamic jet sweeps and out of the backfield and screen pass, if he can be that wild card in the entire offense that could do a little of everything and take it to the house and any position on the field, he has the potential.
So, E, do you think that Rager ends up being the wide receiver with the most receiving yards on this roster?
No.
Out of the wide receivers?
I think he'll be the wide receiver with the most explosive plays. Again, I don't see much more than 800 yards.
That'd be more than any wide receiver got last year.
Yeah, well, I mean, everybody was fucking hurt. So, yeah. I don't see him more than 800 yards and 9 to 10 touchdowns. But where I do see that production is just 40, 50 yard, like chunk,
just bombs.
Big explosive.
Deshaun like bombs, yeah.
Deshaun numbers.
Take it to the house, change the outlook of a game. And then what he's doing for, that over-the-top wide receiver, that explosive speed wide receiver, they've been looking for years. They haven't been able to get it. That's why, they've been crowding the box a couple years back. That's why, they've been able to man up on the other receivers because they can't shake it. They can't. I mean, how many replays did we see where Chris Collinsworth is circling guys that can't get open, down the field? So when you're able, that's going to open up Zach Ertz. That's going to open up Dallas Goedert. That's going to open up Miles Sanders in the screen game. So I mean, it's going to have a bigger effect than just the numbers that he puts up if he's able to do that kind of stuff.
Okay. John Woods from YouTube says Deshaun Jackson. Interesting.
I would love
healthy, of course.
I'm gonna go. My MVP's obviously got to be my man Wentz, and then I'm gonna go back with Booby. I think he really does bring an element to this offense, and it's just gonna be increased. Last year was just a taste. I think next year is gonna be phenomenal. I think he's gonna be seasoned. He's gonna know the offense, and there's gonna be more wrinkles added in with this the new offensive guys that they brought in.
Let me ask you guys this. Does Jalen Hurts contribute to 5 or less touchdowns this season?
19 minutes into the
I was waiting for that name to come in.
There it is.
I want to know. Is he a contribution on 5 or more or less than 5 touchdowns this year?
Combined passing, rushing?
However,
less.
He's a part of the play.
Less.
Huh? Outside of preseason.
Less. I don't buy into this. Everybody, not everybody. There's certain Eagles fans that are back on their Chip Kelly bullshit again, where it's like, you don't understand, dude. It's next level thinking. It's going to revolutionize the league. It's going to be 2 quarterbacks on the field. You don't even know, dude. Like, Doug's going to have so many options.
I played high school football, man.
Yeah. Like, imagine college except in the NFL, and it's gonna be like Taysom Hill, but more explosive, and it's going to revolutionize. Nah, dude, it's a backup quarterback. Relax.
If they give him like 5 plays on some wildcat or some motion plays or some trickery, I'll take it. Especially if he's in this uniform.
Dude, that is hot.
Let's talk about it. He's rocking number 2.
Look at that uniform, though. That shit is popping.
Anyone else sold on that Kelly Green yet? I know some of you are hard to budge on that situation. I know you love the midnight green. Does that jersey get you wiggling a little bit?
I mean, looking at that picture, I did get a little movement. You know what I mean?
I've been looking at the picture for the last 4 days, bro.
Yeah,
sharp. I'm
all about bringing back the Kelly Green.
Look at this guy up in the corner. Look at him. Look at him.
Hey, before you go pointing and putting me on solo cam, let me just say this. Let me explain this. I've moved off of my Kelly Green stance over the last, I would say, 7 days. There was somebody tweeted out a new version of the Kelly Green, and it stopped me in my tracks. And I saw it, and I tweeted, and I said, "These are absolute fire." And seeing the other renovate, like the other jerseys in the league. Can I get off solo cam? Thank you. Looking at the other. Go fuck yourself.
Put him in the bathroom. There you go.
You know what I think, Evan?
Yeah. Now, what do you think, Evan? You tell me.
I think that you saw a mermaid at the beach wearing a Kelly Green jersey, and that's what.
We're not doing Ian the Barrel again. We're not doing this shit. We did it last week. It was fun. Everybody had to laugh at my expense. We're not doing it again. Okay.
Well, yeah, I mean that's.
I've never left Kelly Green. I never will.
Off of Kelly, because he's been a staunch midnight green guy for a minute.
Yeah. So I've been. For the last 6 years, I've been saying the Eagles need an updated uniform. The Eagles need an updated uniform. They've had the same look since 1996. They've had the same look. They've had the same look. They've had the same look. It's time for an update. Look at the Buffalo Bills. They changed uniforms 4 fucking times. Look at the Atlanta Falcons. Look at the Seattle Seahawks. Since the Eagles changed the logo, Seattle's had everybody's had change in the looks except for the Philadelphia Eagles. Having seen some of these uniforms that come out, the Patriots, the Chargers, where it's like bold colors, really simple, minimalist looks. I mean, really just bold, focusing in on the color, minimalist. I'm not a big fan of the Atlanta like FUBU or what is it, the N1 sort of, the fade from black to red.
The Rams jersey, man.
The Cleveland Browns. I don't even mind the Rams blue jersey. I don't know what the fuck's going on with that off-white cream bone. What do they call it? Bone?
Bone on bone.
That's a terrible jersey. I like the Rams' new helmet logo. I like the Rams' bold blue jerseys with the yellow. You know what I keep looking at? Everybody talks about the Kelly Green and thinking Randall. They're thinking Reggie. They're thinking Seth. They're thinking Eric Allen. Take a look back at like the 1982. 81, 83, Wilbert Montgomery, big, bold stripes, silver and Kelly Green. Go ahead and take a look at that uniform and tell me that you couldn't take what the Patriots did or what the Chargers did and go back to the Kelly Green with those big silver stripes, big, bold stripes, and it wouldn't work. It would absolutely fucking work.
Yeah,
man, those new unis, man. It's a quick money grab because everybody's gonna have to get one. They're just so clean. I think just like if you think about the Eagles have been in Kelly Green for the longest time. So when people act like, there's some people act like no way, but the Eagles have been Kelly Green for a long amount of time.
Do you mean midnight green or Kelly Green?
Kelly Green. I mean midnight green. They've been for. I mean it hasn't been that long. I mean time flies, but if you're looking at the whole history of the Eagles, they've been majority green.
Right.
So go back and look at a Harold Carmichael jersey, a Wilbur Montgomery jersey. That Kelly Green is darker
that's what I'm pulling up right now.
Than the 90s Kelly Green, right? It's a shade darker than the 90s Kelly Green. Tell me that wouldn't work with what they currently got going.
Yeah, absolutely. But even with the colors we got today, like even if they just spark it up or change it around, like I never forget the time when they had the green on green. Like, oh, I love that game. That game was just like Holy
They
shit!
got
And
their
then
asses kicked by the Seahawks.
Oh man, but you didn't see it anymore. So what? We got our asses kicked in the black jerseys too, and we still rock them. You know what I mean? Come on, like change it up or do something different. But yeah, I'm with you guys. I'm either way. I'm good with the Kelly Green or staying the way we are, but just spark it up a little bit.
I show one picture.
Oh, yeah.
I show one picture.
Give me a green
Kelly
one,
Green.
Trox. Give me a green one. Give me a
Green one?
Harold Carmichael green one, home jersey, where the sleeves got the big bold stripes on them. With everything, with the trend and the way the uniforms, what's current, what's new, what's popping right now, I think it would vibe with the early '80s. Look at that.
Yeah.
But you can do something with that. It doesn't have to be exactly that, but you know what I mean? Those bold stripes on the shoulders. So I've moved off of my Kelly Green stance.
All right.
I like it.
So I show one picture of Kelly Green, everyone gets fired up. Hey, did I leave you out on the MVP, offensive MVP?
Yeah, but I mean, I was gonna go with Dallas as well, and my
Two Dallas got it.
Yeah, my runner-up.
Dude, he's a stud. He's a freaking
I don't deny.
stud.
I don't deny. Okay.
My runner-up. I was upset with him last year, and I don't want to give up on him because I was happy when we got him, and I really feel that he still has it in him if he just changes his attitude and comes in here and fucking plays, and that's Alshon Jeffrey.
Oh,
yeah, man.
I would love to see a heavy contribution out of that man.
Yeah, man, because I mean, you figure with all the
player's name in the streets.
Exactly.
I mean, that's
exactly.
It's pretty. Ultimate clapback by Alshon.
It's pretty interesting. I didn't think we were going to get I don't think we were going to get Alshon love right away.
The way that he could make it up to the fan base.
I'm looking at your face.
Put him in the bathroom. Put him in the bathroom.
And someone's. I'm getting this rap vibe from y'all. Like,
yeah.
Anyone want to explain?
What?
Explain what?
Man.
Are we anti Alshon right now?
I think the whole fan base has kind of been just soured on the name in the past year. Everything that happened, what are we going to do? Ignore the elephant in the room here? Ignore the fact that everybody kind of insinuates that he talked to Josina Anderson talking about Carson Wentz being the rift in the locker room? Like, that's all stuff that sits in the back of our mind, and it's hard not to think about when his name comes up. But that being said, if he shows up and balls out this year, I think Eagles fans could very well have short memory, as could Carson Wentz.
Eagles fans have a very short memory. Very short memory.
Chris Wild from Twitter says Miles Sanders will be the Eagles' best player on offense. The speed at wide receiver will open a lot.
There you go, Chris. You're right, Chris. There you go, Chris.
And for Alshon, too.
You see?
Yeah. And did we get your MVP, or are we good?
Well,
he was the other guy.
Got it.
No, I'm heavy on Goddard. I just think he's a great athlete. He catches almost everything that comes near him. He can block anyone that comes near him. I think he's just an overall great player. And now, as far as MVP for an offense, no, I'm not going to go that far and say he's an MVP for the offense. I will agree with you guys that Hoobie is like set to come out the gates firing this season and have a great season. Technically for a rookie, this is like his key contract year to get a nice contract, even though if he's got one more year left, right? Doesn't he have one more year left after this year? He's got one more year right now. They signed 3 or 4 year deals
after this year, right?
Yeah.
Is it 3 or 4 option for rookies? I forget the details on that.
4 years.
No, yeah, but my only concern is getting a beefy guy, getting someone that can take a little bit of the wear and tear off him, because he doesn't, unless he's bulking up right now like everyone else in this world that's been quarantined up and eating all day every day and doing whatnot. I'm just worried that he'll last all season with getting beat up the way he plays, because he is loose. He opens himself up to get, he can get hit real good like LaShawn used to be able to do, open himself up. So if we get another beef guy in here, I don't, as far as I can't come up with it.
Finish that thought.
Wrap it up. You guys know what I'm saying. I don't want any Donnell Pomfrey's backing him up. I want a guy that's got size.
I want a beefy guy with cheese, extra cheese, and sauce.
Extra cheese on that. Yeah. I want a double bacon cheeseburger.
Now, does Miles get his contract before Dak?
No,
we're a long ways from talking about Miles Sanders' contract.
Dak's gonna get his. I mean, the comments are getting spicy. Daryl telling us we ain't shit. Okay,
from the innovator of being shitless. Yeah, you ain't shit either.
I got it. But I mean, moving forward. I mean, who's your defensive MVP? Like, let's talk about the defense in whole. I mean, how are you guys feeling going into this year? Do you think they did enough? Do you think they still got work to do? How do you guys feel about the defense right now?
I love the fact that we focused a lot of the offseason on picking up defensive players. So with the mindset going into this season with our defense is definitely a whole lot different than what it was last year. I mean, that's all I can really say about that. And it's a change, and that's what we wanted. That's what we needed. I mean, it was sad to see Malcolm go, but besides Malcolm, it was a good change all around.
Yeah. The one thing I look at, I think there's two key parts to this offseason. I mean, we were hurting last year for a good cornerback. We've been hurting for that the past few seasons. We got a guy that could be a lockdown corner now. But the absence of Malcolm Jenkins is definitely going to be felt. It's going to be hard to look past that. So while we have that first line of defense on the outside, sealed up, if he gets past Slay, I don't know how Mills and Rodney are going to be back there. I feel like Malcolm's going to be missed.
You're going to miss Malcolm in the middle?
Yeah.
Nice dad joke.
Yeah.
Nice. Listen, if we're talking defensive MVP, all right, clearly it's Fletcher Cox. He's the best player on I'll say the team, let alone the defense. So Fletcher Cox, the best player on the team. You know what you're getting out of him. You know what you're getting out of Brandon Graham. You know what you're going to get out of a guy like Darius Slay, who they brought in. You know what you're going to get out of a guy like Rodney McLeod. The linebackers are questionable. You got Whitesnake and then a bunch of other guys, not even that many guys. Honestly, I think when I think MVP, it's Fletcher Cox, but when I think like,
hey E,
yeah,
Nate, Jared,
it almost looks like you're whispering in Fletcher Cox's ear. Tell him what you want to say in his ear. There you go. To your left. There you go.
Plug the holes. You need to plug those holes. You know what to do. Just pretend the offensive line is a married woman and get in those gaps and penetrate. You need to penetrate Fletcher. Wait, hold on. Let me let it out. Get that big Cox in there and fill those gaps.
Go get him, guy.
Go get him, guy.
That was so true. Bro. Whispering sweet nothing.
Yeah.
My man's ear.
The point I'm trying to make is that when I think about I think Mills is going to be critical here because I think he has all the tools, but can he do it? If he can do that, if he can fill in admirably from Malcolm Jenkins, from a leadership standpoint, you've seen him breaking down huddles. You've seen him hyping up the secondary. You've seen him hyping up the defense. You've seen his ball skills in the red zone, which to me translate, he's better when the play is in front of him. I've said this before. I think he can do it. If he turns out to be the safety of the future, it's going to be huge, and he could be the defensive MVP outside of Fletcher Cox.
The chat is spicy right now.
The Cox whisperer.
The Cox whisperer.
They don't think that's the first Cox that you whispered to.
Put it on a t-shirt.
You have Sydney Major really concerned over here.
Hey, listen. Pop him up again.
Lord.
Fletcher. It's E-Rock, the Cox whisperer. Pretend the end zone is like a guy trying to break into your house, and you have a shotgun, and you're gonna shoot that motherfucker. You're on 911 right now, and it's some angry husband because you plowed his girlfriend or you plowed his wife. You gave her something that she could not get at home. And that's fucking. That's a new bit. We just found a new bit. The Cox whisperer.
Yo, but like Truck said, put on a shirt.
I'm not putting my face whispering in Fletcher Cox's ear on a fucking t-shirt. You're out of your goddamn mind.
So you have Fletcher Cox as your MVP, and you have any runner-ups? Maybe Derek Barnett out there.
Maybe
No,
Derek Barnett.
Just said it. Jalen Mills.
Oh, Jalen Mills. That's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
That's interesting. Evan, your defense.
I'm gonna have our newcomer Darius Slay being the playmaker on defense this year, and then as the runner-up, finally the breakout season we've been waiting for, Derek Barnett on the line.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, how you feel about that?
I was looking at the chat. I'm sorry. What?
So how do you feel about Derek Barnett breaking out?
Fucking better. It would be about time.
We kept on getting all those Reggie White comps when he came out into the league. I mean, I want to see some flashes of that, man.
Yeah. I remember those.
So Garrett says from Facebook, somewhere Fletcher Cox is wondering who is whispering.
It's me, motherfucker. I am your conscience.
Now, Prime, who is your defensive MVP?
My defensive MVP is probably going to be Jalen Mills. I think he's going to do his thing this season in that new position. And runner up, just for shits and giggles, I'm gonna go with Nate Jerry.
What?
That man's gonna go ahead and surprise us.
Nate Jerry. Hey, who the fuck is Nate Jerry?
Nate Gary off the for Prime. We'll put him back up. We'll let him talk about your boy.
Nate Gary ready.
Hey, his ear is right next to your head. You want to whisper into his ear and tell him what he's gonna eat pizza in his ear?
Yep.
Why Nate Gary?
I think that kid's gonna ball out, man. Everybody keeps sleeping on him.
Do your thing, bitch. I love you, Pride. I
mean, the comments there. What are you smoking, Nate Gary? what are you smoking? Hey, if I get enough comments from the,
I said for shits and giggles. God damn it!
I love when the chat is assuming someone else is smoking in here aside from me. That's what the chat's always saying.
Hey, Trox, you have a defensive MVP not named Nate Gary?
Oh, absolutely. It's Fletcher Cox is the MVP. I don't think there's anybody else on the defensive side of the ball you can pick over Fletcher Cox. But
for Cox,
I am. It's very interesting the way these defensive backs are going to work out. I think, especially at safety. Do you guys? It's still a crapshoot with Jalen Mills in my eyes. You don't know if he can pull it off. We'll see.
I feel like we've been talking about moving Jalen Mills to safety ever since he's been drafted, though, haven't we? Like that's been thrown in the conversation.
He's brought it up. We've all brought it up at one point.
It's been something we've been talking about for years, and we've been waiting for the transition to happen. So I mean, if he's got the play type to play that position, I feel like he should do. It'll be better than watching him 20 feet off or 20 yards off the line, lining up against wideouts. Man, that was brutal.
It's funny if someone comes up and watches the show right now, like in
MVP,
and you have Jalen Mills up there. That's gonna spice up the chat.
MVP.
Gary Gallagher on Facebook says, anyone think Malik Jackson is going to have a big year? 100% healthy and tested. I'm sure he means rested from last year.
Yeah, as soon as he gets past 2 games.
Yeah. We were all excited about him last year. It's just hope he stays healthy and we can see what he can really do in Eagles jersey.
My only question mark is like, okay, I like it. He's a pass rush. He doesn't do well against the run. He's a pass rushing defensive tackle. He's a pass rushing defensive tackle. But like the guy that they picked up from the Steelers, I think it's going to take a more predominant role than he will. Hey, listen, you know how Jim Schwartz likes to rotate those defensive tackles, the entire defensive line. So he's going to be a rotational guy, maybe a third down defensive tackle specialist and sort of a NASCAR package or something like that. Carmen Montone says Sidney Jones. Man, if you can get anything out of Sidney, that's a huge plus.
Ooh, Sidney Jones. Sidney Jones.
Mm-hmm.
Special teams?
Okay. For defensive MVP, though?
Well, just listen, if you can get anything out of him, I think.
Sidney or Nate?
A lot of what?
I don't want to say it.
Sidney or Nate?
That's not fair. That's not fair to say.
That is very fair. Sidney or Nate?
Sydney.
One plays on the field, one doesn't.
I don't know, Nate.
What is going on right now?
Anyway,
I don't know.
E-Rock?
I'm gonna go.
Sidney or Nate?
He's trying to pick Sidney Jones or Nate.
I don't understand the fucking question. Sidney Jones or Nate for what? I'm reading the comments.
Who's gonna have a better year, Nate or Sidney?
Sidney.
Put Sidney.
You asshole.
All right, if I'm gonna give you my MVP for the defensive side,
Some guy named Jerry. There may be a guy named Jerry out there.
I'm going with Fletcher Cox over here. Definitely. Well, we got 3 for Cox, and then our runner-up, Darius Slay. Man, we finally got a CB1. I've been dying to have a cornerback for years. Finally, with his ball skills, maybe picks a couple off to the house. It's definitely what we needed on the back end. So,
yo, real quick, have you guys listened to any of his interviews? He sounds like the most confident person I ever heard before in my life.
Slay?
He already, what? Yeah, Slay.
Slay.
He's like overconfident dude. Always positive. Thinks he's the best at everything he does. And
Dude,
he's excited. He's excited.
Swagger.
hey, Evan, that's your mic, bud.
Yeah, your mic
Okay.
sucks. Did you see Slay's wife, by the way?
Ooh.
Smoke show. So when your chick looks like that,
I'm following.
You can say.
So, hey, do we got to put E in the bathroom right now?
No.
Get the squirt gun.
Yeah, that's a good call. That's a good call there. Yeah, it's good.
Where do you think Fletcher Cox gets it from, man?
He got that.
Yeah, but if you seriously, not to be a creep about it, but if you haven't checked out Darius Slay's wife and check out his Twitter, she's a smoke.
He's a
smoke show.
He's got top tier for sure. Top tier.
Oh my
Shout
god!
out.
Elite.
Shout out to the Slay Show.
Good Lord. Talk about the man's ball skills. And we went to his wife.
Excuse me?
I think one relates to the other, bro.
So, I mean, moving on, we're going to talk about our comeback player. The comeback player. There were some players that got injured last year. Obviously, we wish we could have had them during the regular season and down the stretch towards the playoffs. But who are your guys' potential comeback players?
Mm-hmm. I'm sorry. What was that? I was too busy looking at the picture at the bottom left.
Yeah.
All right. Since everybody's sleeping on him, I'm not gonna say he has the best comeback out of everyone because the list is long from last year. But Corey Clement is gonna have an impact this season. That is my prediction. He's gonna have a decent impact on the offense.
So the day they name the roster and he's not on there, you already are done, right?
That's not happening. It's not. He's gonna make the team, bro. Like he.
That's mean. I'm gonna say on the defensive side of the ball, it's got to be Jackson. On the offensive side of the ball, I'm gonna go Alshon.
All right,
Alshon.
Actually,
I like Alshon.
I mean, let's be real. With his injury, is he even expected to play like the first six weeks of the season if we start on schedule with that injury?
Who knows at this point?
We don't know, right?
He might start late.
Okay.
So Alshon might. You have one for Alshon and you had one for Malik Jackson.
Yeah.
I think Malik Jackson is a good. Nobody is expecting much for him. People are expecting.
Is that tattoos?
What's that?
Is that tattoos or his facial hair?
Nah, it's
that is tattoos
on his neck.
You got that drip around the neck. Oh, yeah. All right.
Yeah,
how about Strap? Cravon LeBlanc. Everybody.
That was my
what's
guy.
your expectations from him?
As a comeback,
wasn't he tweeting a couple weeks ago that he thinks he's out of town or something like that? He's like, it's been real with a peace out. Like,
I didn't see
he's
that.
not going to be an Eagle.
I didn't see that.
I don't know.
I mean,
just looking at the timeline.
Just looking at all the cornerbacks on this roster, you think Russell Douglas, you think Cravon LeBlanc. Those are two potential trading chips, possibly, because you're trying to look for a role in this offense. One of them could be on the block. I mean, there was that talk about the Russell Douglas being on the table with the 49ers right around draft time, but it never happened. But
Sidney Jones for me. I don't think Sidney's ever been 100% healthy. I think we have yet to see what this kid can do. Being healthy on the field. And I think it's shaking his confidence a lot. You know, Malcolm Jenkins was pointing him out as kind of being a softie, kind of being a little bit of a bitch over there. It's kind of hard not to feel bad for yourself when on your pro day you snap your Achilles and your draft stock goes tumbling. You're supposed to be a top 15 pick, and then you're having trouble seeing the field because you keep getting yourself hurt. You know, if you could stay healthy, health equals confidence. Maybe he's that guy.
I'm gonna have to go with my man Djax. Djax, I feel like we only saw one game of him. We saw what he could do. Obviously, the team lacked that speed last year. I think bringing him back with Jalen Reagor, it's going to be dynamic. I mean, it's going to be insane. I mean, Deshaun he's got to come back healthy. I mean, after last year, that was the worst. It was just such a tease, man, to see what he brought to the table in one game, and you're like, this is going to be an insane season. But for him to go down like that, it was a mess from the start.
And he caught them bombs week one, man.
Yeah. What were you saying, Ed?
I was just saying, what's up, Desert Eagle? Hope you and the family are staying safe. He's got a little baby there, so I hope everything's good with him.
To have Jackson and Reagor streaking down either side of the field, that's going to be like it's just hard not to daydream about all of the the mismatches that's going to create both underneath them flying by cornerbacks. Like it really makes you think if everything goes according to plan, there should be someone open every play if they execute correctly.
Marcus Walker from YouTube says comeback player will be Alshon. I mean, again, with all the players that we have, if you can get a chain mover role together for Alshon, that's just another added bonus.
The good news is it shouldn't be hard to find a comeback player of the year because everybody was fucking hurt last year. So, I mean, there's going to be enough candidates for it that somebody better shine, you know?
Yeah,
that's the truth. I like Deshaun Jackson coming back as the comeback player. And I'm sticking with my dude, Nate Jerry.
You know where to put him, Gail.
Put me in the back. I don't give a shit.
You know what to do. You know what to do, Gail. Yeah. Man. He's got to get. We have to convince him to get a. He needs to get a white snake tattoo. He has to.
If Nate
get into existence,
Nate Gary, it's Gary, right?
If
Nate
that
Gary.
man gets comeback player of the year, I will get a white snake. Okay, that's it.
You said it.
You'll get a white snake.
I would get a white snake tattoo.
Where?
And I'm sure it'll be real easy to get a Gary autograph, so he can sign your arm and you can get that signed too.
Easily.
I'll show off the Jose Canseco ink.
I'll probably be the only one in line. That's all right, though. It's cool.
So, to the live stream viewers, check this out. Show me your Jose Canseco. Look at this guy. Jose Canseco tattooed on his arm.
Like a boy in the candy shop that day, man. Ear to ear.
He was jumping up and down outside the podium.
All right, I never seen nothing like it.
Now you throwing extra shit in there.
Yo, Prime, that's right. You didn't even know he was there, right?
I didn't know he was there until I saw the list when we got there. And then I saw Jose Canseco, and then that's when you guys all looked at me like, this guy, what's up with Jose Canseco? And then I had to give y'all the background on it. But yeah, shit, I was a little kid that day. Been waiting to meet that man out my whole life.
I walked right past the big piece.
No, that was cool to see Prime turn into a little kid. He's walking around like,
It's baseball. It's baseball.
Can he sign my arm for me? And then he like ran to the tattoo shop. Right.
Yeah, but the crazy part about it was like we went to go take a pic with AI, and it was like watching all of y'all shoot the shit with AI, and I was like, what's up?
Wow. You go Jose over AI. That ain't right.
That day I did.
Oh, yeah. All right.
Yeah, we do need some explanation, on your whole shark wrangling. You really have blossomed into a I don't want to say a Walmart Steve Irwin, but you are out here tackling sharks.
Walmart Steve Irwin.
How was it?
First of all, thank you.
Man.
Second of all,
Evan, you thought this one out. You thought it out.
That wasn't even that was a very big dogfish. Anybody who surf casts know they're of the shark family. They don't have teeth. They have these plates. They eat crustaceans and clams and shellfish and shit like that. And it's just scavengers. That was a big one. That was a big. It's too cold. Water's too cold in New Jersey right now for actual sharks. But yeah, when the summertime comes, man, big 10-aught circle hooks, big weight, big sinker, big ass fishing pole. And
what kind of bait? Kind of bait you use?
If you catch a bluefish, you chop them up. You use like big chunks of it. But yeah, you go for sand tigers, sandbar sharks. They can go max on a sandbar is about 8 foot, 9 foot. Sand tigers can get up to 11 feet. So yeah, you go, and then when you get them up to the shoreline, you got to go fucking get them.
Listen, for everybody that's tuned in, I want you guys to know if you guys ever get a chance to take an aquarium trip with E-Rock, it's very interesting.
Yeah,
very
it's like Prime looking at a Nate Gary poster.
You'll have a good time.
And Gail has that look he has right now the entire time he's there.
Yo, I will say the aquarium we went to, was it Atlanta? The aquarium we went to? I was blown away by the manta ray, man. That thing is so big, bro.
Yeah, man.
Bro, I had a good time.
That thing could eat me.
I had a good time.
These fucking guys. I'm trying to find stuff to do. It's the largest aquarium.
We're educated.
Yeah, so I'm like,
you had me sold when you said that.
And then East Coast, it might be the largest aquarium in the country. And we get to the ticket booth and they're all bitching about $40 tickets. You all had a good time. You saw the dolphin show. You saw the big man.
Yeah, that was great.
It was an educational trip.
Didn't someone propose at that dolphin show too?
Yeah.
My memory.
Don't do it.
Don't do it.
Those dolphins.
I was like, don't do it.
Yeah, don't do it.
Yeah. So the dolphin show, like we're talking about it like a Tijuana and like donkey show, but when you go to the dolphin show,
Mark,
what up, Mark?
Karate Mark's here. When you go to the Tijuana dolphin show, you know you're gonna get wet. You know you're gonna get splashed. I didn't tell Gail that, so we sat like right in front, and I knew what was gonna happen.
I knew I was gonna get splashed.
Dude, he came out soaking wet, so pissed off that his Kelly Green Jordans were wet. Oh, I got the Jordans
ruined, man.
Yeah, still ruined? Listen, that dolphin piss puts a nice shine on him.
There he goes, bringing it out.
Karate Mark, appreciate you checking in, dude. I miss you like crazy. I miss training.
When was the last time you rolled?
Yo, did you see?
Gotta be at least a month now.
Did you see what Karate Mark did to his house with his barbecue?
Look at that.
No.
That's from the shoes.
Yo.
Dude. That's from the fucking dolphins, yo.
Yo, E, when we get done here, check out the timeline. Luca Karate Mark did the side of his house with his barbecue yesterday. He melted it.
No, Mark.
Yo, he said he just preheated it, and it did it to melt. It was enough to melt the side of his siding.
Vinyl siding?
Yeah.
What happened?
Melted.
He straight barbecued right next to the house.
You melted the siding? I've seen that happen before. I've seen that happen.
Yeah. It's all good, brother.
But he said, "When's the last time I rolled? When did quarantine start?" That's pretty much it.
Early March.
March 13th. March 13th.
Mark, he just sent me a text message with the picture. Nice job, buddy.
Damn, yeah, you see it?
You burned up the whole house?
No,
just the siding.
Melted the siding.
Yeah. Yeah, but he like Mark's the man because he figured this whole shit out. He figured this whole shit out. So like people who own small businesses where you have to physically be there, you have students, you have customers, restaurants, like they're trying to do curbside. Everyone's trying to keep up. Mark within a week had like this online tutorial list all done up. He's doing this instead of Airbnb, it's like B&B experiences where you can rent time to have a one-on-one karate lesson for like an hour and a half or jiu-jitsu lesson.
Wow.
Dude, he put all his shit within like 2 weeks online and has been doing that, and it's been holding them over this entire time.
Very nice.
Him and his wife got it. Like if I was half as creative as Karate Mark is as far as making money, 4thandJawn would be turning a profit at this point.
Man. So you just like you roundhouse kick and race, or like is that how you're practicing, or?
Man, I'm not practicing at all, dude. I'm working on this dad bod.
Yeah.
I
think we all are.
I've got it. Here's the thing, though. I need to be in a frame of mind. Like this is cool, right? Us talking here on this digital streaming thing. You know why I always like to be at Wildfire or like to be at New Media Studios or like to be at NBC, because I feel like I need to be in a place to be in the frame of mind to perform my best, right? So I like being in a studio with a radio microphone in front of me, and that's when I feel like I am in the environment where I can be at the top of my game. I can't do the workouts unless Mark is hollering in my ear. I can't do it unless I feel like, Mark, we'll be working out, I'll be kicking a bag, Mark will turn around and pay attention to another student. I start dogging it for a second, and then I see him turn around, I start going 100 miles an hour. I need that motivation there. Because if I don't have it, I ain't getting shit done.
Yeah, I got you.
Getting shit done. So I'm gonna roll into that in the Mark's Karate studio for the first time in a couple months, and he's gonna be like, "What the fuck happened to you?" Like,
You're literally gonna roll in there.
Oh.
I might if I keep this shit up. I might.
Don't worry, man. I'm there with you. I can't stop eating.
How are you supposed to not eat like shit in a time like this, man? If we're being real, we don't
even want to cook. We've been ordering.
Kudos to people that are actually losing weight during this quarantine, man. You guys have more discipline than I do.
Shout out to Olive Garden, bro. Shout out to Olive Garden. That 2-for-1 deal has been holding me over.
Trox is just eating endless breadsticks over there.
The last week is the first time I started ordering out.
Oh, you've been cooking for yourself all this time?
Yeah, I mean, it's been crazy up here in Jersey. I don't trust so many cases up here of COVID.
Yeah, you're right outside of New York, man. That's like the hot spot right now in the country.
I will stay indoors.
Yeah.
I ain't mad at you for that one.
Gail, when I go up your way for work, I don't get out of my truck. I make sure I got gas enough to get back. You know what I mean?
You're definitely one of those guys that wears your mask while driving, aren't you?
No.
If you want to see something horrifying, you should have seen Sandy Hook on Friday. I was there like after catching the high tide after work on Friday.
Sandy Hook LBI?
No, Sandy Hook is like the Jersey. It's that little hook on the Raritan Bay. It's a great fishing spot, but it's like you can see New York. You can see this New York skyline.
Okay.
That place was fucking packed. Can't find a parking spot. Packed.
Yeah.
Everybody on the beach packed. I mean,
Wildwood and Ocean City were the same way this past weekend.
Yep. Yeah, man.
Saturday I was on Island Beach State Park, and we specifically went to a fishing beach. It was maybe my family and a dozen other families on the beach, and we were 30 yards away from each other, like staggered, But just looking at Sandy Hook, it was like, oh God! As soon as they lift this thing, as soon as they left it.
I mean, this is how you have to be at the beach. If y'all going to the beach, just stay safe.
Baby, come give me something. Breakout, give me something.
Nobody's saying you can't. Nobody's saying you can't go to the beach. Encourage, go outside, get some fresh air.
Bring your sanitizer.
Make sure. and then, dude, I accidentally stumbled. Did you know Sandy Hook had a nude beach?
No.
Let's go,
John.
No.
Yo.
John Woodson wants us to wrap it up here.
Yeah, okay.
Hey, John.
Hey, John, you don't have to watch.
What's up, John?
Cool.
University of Pittsburgh. So, thanks for watching.
Oh man.
We got to put John in the timeout.
So you found a nude beach, by the way? Is that what you were saying?
Hey, where's that?
I don't want to bore John. I don't want to bore John with the story. I'll tell you guys some other time.
Man, fuck John.
We put John in the bathroom.
John, I want to know about nudist beach.
He put John in the bathroom.
We put John.
Yo, Gail sipping that straw needs to be a new meme.
Nobody's safe. Nobody's safe from the bathroom.
Hey man, it's crazy. I mean, we got way off topic here, man. We
We were off the rails about 25 minutes in, I think.
I mean,
All right.
we're talking breakout player for 2020.
Are we?
We are. We are right now.
Earl Thomas.
We had a comeback. Breakout is breakout.
Well, I could tell you that a few people in this chat, I can assume, are going to say Dallas, correct? Prime, Trucks, is that what you're going to say? Dallas Goedert?
Breakout? I mean, I guess. If you're going to tell me maybe there's a chance he gets more touchdowns than Zach Ertz,
But I think
there's
Dallas
a possibility.
Goedert, he's not really a breakout player. He's already broke out.
Is that breaking out?
I wouldn't say Dallas Goedert is broken out yet.
I think he has, yeah.
I think he's shown that he can be a good tight end. I wouldn't say he's had a blow you away type of season.
The breakout player is usually a player who hasn't done much, but all of a sudden has like a supporting role, like Greg Ward. He had
like a JJ.
it could be.
Yeah. Well, Evan, that's your Derek Barnett, what you brought up earlier.
Yeah,
He's
it would be.
That's my breakout, JJ.
Arthega Whiteside?
Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah.
Love it.
I mean, let's see. Breakout. I can't say Hargraves could be a breakout player. I mean, he's a big free agent acquisition, but I think he's gonna have a solid year right next to Fletcher Cox. I mean, dude's gonna he's gonna eat. He's gonna be explosive. It's gonna be selling.
I think Derek Barnett coming off the edge is going to. I think all the double teams, the Fletcher Cox, hopefully Malik Jackson, if he could stay healthy, if those guys can take some of that pressure off the offensive lineman. I'm expecting Derek Barnett to break out and swing around the outside, get some sacks this season.
Okay. E.
Sidney or Mills?
Sidney or Mills? Trox? Who'd you have, Trox?
I mean, I would really like to see Mills ball out and be like, I don't know if you can say, is it too much to say Pro Bowl safety? No, but prove to be a solid safety. I'd love to see it happen. So, I mean, could you consider that as a breakout? Him being a breakout at safety?
Yeah.
And that's my pick for breakout. Would be Mills for breakout player.
We got one for Malik Jackson. Oh, and he put himself in the bathroom. From Twitter, we have Ward showed he has hands and can run routes. All these new wide receivers are fast, but Ward is reliable over the middle.
So what do you guys think Ward's role is going to be in this offense? If everybody's healthy this season, what do you think Ward's role ends up being?
I think Ward has the opportunity to compete. Like with Rager in the house, you can move him in the slot too. So he's competing with a dog right now. So I think, honestly, I think he's gonna get reps. He's gonna get time in. But I think he's earned the right to be looked at as one of the 6 men on the roster. Because look at the wide receiver depth chart. I mean, it's kind of insane right now.
You got Deshaun, You got Rager, Alshon, JJ.
Godwin.
What was that?
Was it Godwin? Good one.
Godwin.
Oh yeah, that's another one, man. That's another name that we haven't even brought up yet.
I honestly feel like Ward
ain't gonna make the roster.
Yeah, I don't even see him making the
It would
roster.
be Ward or JJ, wouldn't it come down to Ward or JJ?
Yeah.
I think this is a good comment. I mean, Ward is a legit top returning wide receiver based on knowing the offense. I mean, he does know the offense. It's just at the end of the day, you want to bring in that competition, like having all these guys in the mix. That's what it's about. Like, you can't just say, "Hey, you got the position, Greg. You had a great stretch at the end of the season." No, you bring in more dogs to compete. We're hoping that Alshon has a role here. I mean, I am personally. But if Alshon's not in the mix, then there's another spot that opens up. But obviously, I'd like to see Alshon turn things around.
Yeah. I think he is, man. I really feel like, he's got something to prove. If he's going to go ahead and stick it out with us, he's got something to come in here and prove. And I think with all the weapons that we have, it's gonna free him up to be able to do that.
Yeah, I'm gonna say he has a good chance to do it, man. I saw a question here from Anthony. Shout out to Anthony from Seattle. He says, "Who do you guys think is the bust this year?"
I'm gonna say Nate Gary just to get underneath the prime skin.
I had a feeling that was coming out.
The bust. That's tough. I'm gonna go. I don't want to say it, but I'm just gonna come out and say Goodwin, man. I'm gonna think,
or he gets injured.
Yeah. Either he gets injured or just doesn't end up fitting the scheme of the offense.
So that's a tough one, man.
Yeah.
I
thinking on that.
I don't even like to put that energy on someone. Like, yo, you're gonna be a bust.
I like what Gary says right there. Bust CD Lamb. I'm all about that, Gary.
Yeah, I'd love to see that.
Yeah.
Bust CD Lamb. I like that.
Yeah. Let's speak that into existence.
No negative vibes, no busts. No busts around here.
Yeah.
Jenny from Facebook says she believes in Alshon.
We've been giving some Alshon love this show.
Yeah, I was talking about it last week or a couple days ago. How does it, like, we've all believe that it's Alshon? I mean, I don't specifically, but I'm saying, do you get, like, it's collectively everyone just thinks it's Alshon and doesn't question it once? No?
That seems to be the general consensus, for sure.
If no one's talking about it anymore or saying anything else about it, I assume it's him. That's the only thing I can, who else
did he ever outright come out and deny it even?
I don't think he literally made
any
statements or any comments really directly to the subject.
I think he kind of just hoped it died.
Yeah. I think he's like, when you have that one night with the chick you don't want to tell anybody about, and somebody asks you about it, and you just
just change the conversation. Like, so what did you get for dinner last night?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But
leave it to trucks.
I mean, it's tough, man. It's tough. It's tough to believe, but we're fans. We forget everything. He comes out and he gets 3 touchdowns a week with the first week he plays. Well, what happened? I don't remember anything that happened. So that's just how it goes.
I think E's phone probably died
again,
maybe,
or just put himself in the bathroom.
Maybe the shark came back for revenge. Maybe there was a mermaid at his door.
Yeah,
so many options.
Paul from Facebook says, I think it was Alshon and Nelson who was talking to the press about Wentz.
Well, what does he mean, shady lady life? What?
Let's stay focused here, guys. Come on.
I'm trying.
Shady life coming.
Yeah.
If there's one thing Trox loves, it's a shady lady.
Jeffrey just got back on the juice. Who cares? What do you have to lose?
No, I mean, I ever since he came into the organization, you don't really see him comment much. So, like, even during that Super Bowl run and when they did the Super Bowl press, he doesn't really talk. So I mean, I guess what I'm getting at is like I'm not surprised that he never even commented on the whole Josina Anderson situation.
He's not very vocal. He's not.
He's not. I noticed that about him. He's not vocal at all.
Apparently, he's vocal to somebody.
Yeah. So Trax is 100% sold. So
I can't say I'm 100% sold, but I'm pretty damn close to 90% sold.
So bitch, it sounds like you're 100% sold.
So you feel like you need for Alshon to have like some sit down and make a statement about it?
Man, I mean, I don't care what he was bitching about or what was going on, but the fact that if he literally went to that reporter to say what he said, that's white snakish. That's snakish. That's just how are you as a man? You're a grown ass man. Go talk to your quarterback. Like, I don't get it. Like, I don't get that part with the locker room. I probably never will because I've never been in an NFL locker room like that.
The guy who said he was the rat was Howard
Eskin.
Okay. But then,
Howard's wrong lately.
Well, I mean, yeah, that's.
I think the suspicious part comes in though that like say any one of us gets accused of something that we didn't do, we come out and we deny it. I don't recollect anything like that happening. I mean, there's been so much speculation and rumor that has swirled around his name and that whole story, and I feel like there's no way that it hasn't gotten back to him that people are talking about it. So if that were happening to me and I was in Alshon's position, I would do two things. I would address it with my quarterback first, and I'd be like, listen, this is what happened, or I'm sorry that it got out this way, but we need to have a discussion. Or I would come out and just deny it. Deny. The Nixon campaign, man.
Like, who else that's catching balls would have said something besides him? Aguilar? Go ahead, talk, dude. Everybody laugh in your face.
Our J Doss over here says Zach Brown, Scandrick, or even a usual fake media story is always an option, boys.
Yeah, I mean that's the other thing is that like it doesn't need to be a premier player that came out and said it. You said everyone laugh at Nelson if he came out and said something. I mean, Orlando Scandrick came out and was talking shit on us. Who the hell's Orlando Scandrick?
Yeah, after a week before that, he was holding Michael Jenkins by the ass cheek, saying, "I love the way you play. You're a great captain." Blah blah blah. Yeah, whatever, dude. Go smoke up somebody else's ass.
Let's see. Friday Marcos over under games you will actually attend this year. Hashtag fuck COVID. I don't know, man. Like, as much as you guys know that I love to be at these games, like my dad's 86, so I can't really be rolling out here until things are fully clear, man. I mean, I haven't even seen my dad in like 2 months. So just to think that I'm going to go to a game around like 20,000, 40,000. I mean, what are they going to do? How are they going to let people back in? Or I don't know. What do you guys say?
Well, in all honesty, I mean,
even if they cut the capacity.
Yeah, in all honesty, even with the whole COVID thing going on, I'm gonna probably go with the under. I mean, I got the little man that just came in to our lives this year, so I'm gonna probably be focused on that. But here and there, catch up with you guys and get a few games in, but not as crazy as this past year.
I'm a question mark on how many games I'm attending. I don't even know.
Yeah. I'm gonna try my hardest, man. I mean, I'm in the same sort of situation, Gail. Where I have two high risk parents. I don't want to expose to getting them sick at all. So I want to take the proper precautions. But that being said, like that doesn't like. I just love the whole atmosphere of game day, man. I was talking to one of my buddies the other day. We were just talking about how we're gonna miss the whole just Sunday ritual. You wake up during football season on Sunday, man. It is a straight up religion in this country. From the moment you wake up, you're getting ready, you're tailgating, everything. I want to be down there one way or another. If that means I'm wearing my mask and gloves and I'm keeping my distance from people, that's cool. But just being in the atmosphere, that's what I want to try and do. Get to as many as I can, as long as my work schedule abide by it.
Yeah.
KM just said Zoom tailgates is lit. That's going to be it. Zoom
that might be what we have, man.
Yeah, it's weird, man. Like, again, like I've been talking about the season like it's going to happen.
I hope so. I don't think. Like say they say half the amount. Oh, say 40,000 people fit in that stadium. Say 20,000. I don't think I'm doing that either.
Yeah.
You know, I got three boys here. I can't risk all that.
It's a whole different atmosphere this upcoming season. Just give me football. You know what I mean? Just please give me football. Let me have something to enjoy, and we'll figure it out.
Now,
do you think? Let me.
I'm hoping to go to 4 of the first 6 games if there was a season or even half a season. I don't know.
You see his name? It says, "I can't stay home. I'm a trucker." Thank you for your service, brother.
Let me throw this your guys' direction real quick. Say we go through the whole season, God forbid, and there's no fans. We're playing in front of empty stadiums every week, but we get through the whole season. Do we look at the Super Bowl winner of the season with a skewed eye, kind of like an asterisk, like, you know, is that like they won the Super Bowl, but like, you know, it was kind of a weird season since no fans attended. Are we going to do that, or is it just going to be another Super Bowl?
No, he won the Super Bowl. Congratulations.
If it's the Dallas Cowboys, yes.
Yeah, absolutely. The Dallas Cowboys, yes.
Oh, we got John's back. Someone mentioned something about bust the season. He says Rager, man. Wow.
John, might have to put him back in the bedroom, man. No, that's bad juju.
You all right, John? Did one of us do something to you?
Yeah, John.
Shout out to Jay Doss. He created this awesome picture of Jalen Rager.
There you go.
That thing is amazing. Rager is using that as his profile pic.
Yeah, just look at that. Doesn't he just look like a mean SOB?
He looks like a dog, bro. He looks like a dog.
Yeah, I was watching on YouTube like old footage of like I guess one of his family relatives had put up a race where he's racing. He's 12 years old and he's racing. He's racing a 20-year-old. Hold on.
Oh yeah.
This is hilarious, dude. You're like, really, dude? Beating 20-year-olds?
Wow.
Can you see this?
No.
There we go.
There you go.
Fuel. And his name was Fuel?
So he's 12?
12 years old.
12 years old beating a 20-year-old?
Beating a 20-year-old.
Jeez.
Now, as long as he can catch the ball, I'm good.
And there's other footage that I was watching of Jalen, and he's actually like, you know, just like prepping his mindset to like become a high school, you know, star player. He's like, I guess he's like young. He's looking at the his dad's high school. It went 16-0, and in 1992, and he's looking at the list and he sees his dad's name on there, and he's like just envisioning. This is a young kid. So just to see, I mean, dude's been prepping his whole life for this.
That type of mentality to me just really seems like the opposite of the Nelson Aguilar that we got also in the first round. I mean, like, I don't like when Nelson Aguilar got drafted to our team. I don't remember the same sort of buzz and the same sort of expectations that we're expecting out of Jalen Rager. Am I the only one that feels that way? Were you guys when we drafted Nelson in the first round? Were you expecting the same sort of things we're expecting out of Rager this season?
I think it's a different dynamic. Like I think
Nelson killed that for us.
And they compared him to Jeremy Maclin, and he wasn't Jeremy Maclin. But
yeah, all the measurables were almost identical to Jeremy Maclin.
But it's to me it was like mental. Well, I think half the game is mental.
That's the point that I'm trying to make here is that like I think Jalen Rager coming onto this team has a completely different mentality than Nelson did when he first joined us.
Yeah,
I was sketchy
Nelson.
about
I remember. I mean, you remember earlier in Nelson's career. I mean, we the one thing we hark on is all the drops and you know how he messed up last season. But you remember prior to the Super Bowl season, the whole thing with him getting inside his own head. That was something that he talked about. He mentioned himself in his own locker room, just saying how he's in his own head. And I think Jalen Reagor's just got more dog in him than that, man.
Yeah, I mean the confidence just exudes from Reagor. I mean, I think he's been prepped his whole life for this opportunity. So for me to sit here and think that he's not going to live up to what who I think he could potentially be, I don't know. His wide receiver coach, Malcolm Kelly, a former NFL player, said that he's like, fans are going to look back on the fans that were upset with the pick are going to look back after multiple Pro Bowls years later and think how dumb they were. But we'll see. I think he's got a great opportunity to shine, and he's not going to be thrown to the wolves to be like, you're our man. Like, like he can be eased in slowly and be a game player with us.
Gary Gallagher brings up a good point, saying that compare Wentz and Reagor versus, there you go, Bradford and Nelly, and no wonder there's more buzz now. But let's not be naive now. We were sold on Bradford when he was here.
I wasn't.
A large majority of the fan base was.
I was not.
A large majority of the fan base was sold on sleeves.
You weren't sold on sleeves after that Green Bay game?
Hell no, bro. No. Yeah, you see that dude's hamstrings? I was like, this dude's not leading us. Look at
the eyes always freaked me out, man. The eyes freaked me out.
It's also body language. Body language was like is something that's key for me. Like just seeing there's certain guys who carry themselves in a manner that wants you to like that's gonna be your leader of your team. Like he never showed to me that he was the leader of this team. Like when they brought in Wentz, he didn't want to come and compete.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
even Chase Daniel had more competitive. You remember Chase Daniel getting upset that Carson Wentz jumped him in the roster spot, saying that he didn't get a fair shot for starting QB. Chase Daniel, the ultimate backup quarterback.
Chase Daniel was the human
$10 million contract.
Yeah.
He was the human playbook.
The little short guy.
He made a lot of money being a backup, man.
But
still getting paid.
But prior to the show, I had asked you guys, your favorite plays from last season.
Yes.
Does anybody want to start with their favorite play?
When you asked me, go ahead, Chuck.
Hold on one second.
I'll go.
Okay.
And it was tough because I was looking at a bunch of plays, and dude, them at opening week with Deshaun catching them bombs, they were awesome. It was beautiful. But the one play that really moved it for me during the season, man, that fourth down play in Green Bay when Nigel Bradham intercepted it to win the iced the game up. That dude, and to see the fans celebrate in that stadium afterwards, it was
but just an outstanding job. Like you said, James has to come in off the bench. He gets his arms around him. A lot of contact there, but with the ball popping up in the air. Right there, it looked like he might have gotten there a little bit quick, but it was obviously a bang-bang situation with Jenkins coming in from inside out.
Let the party start right after that, dude. That was just beautiful. Our boy Dumpy was like brought out to the world that night. And then everyone was just cheering away, all the Legionnaires or whatnot that were all there, just going nuts and chanting at Michael Irvin afterward. That whole night was beautiful. But that fourth down play, that really did it for me for the season, man. That was such a great time. That was a great night. Yeah, was that a Thursday night or a Sunday?
That was Thursday. We them on the short week, I thought. Yeah,
Thursday night.
Yeah, that's right. Thursday night. Yeah.
You don't see Aaron Rodgers in that position very often, man. He is usually clutch.
I guarantee all you guys right now sit there and remember how nervous you were watching that pre-snap and that play and how it happened.
Aaron Rodgers, man, down in the red zone.
It was beautiful. So that was mine. That was the one that stuck out to me for the season.
That's a good pull. When Gail asked me the question, first thing that came to my mind was the Redskins game when Carson just threw an absolute bolt to the back of the end zone to find Miles Sanders in the back, man. The play seemed like it was dying, and then Carson waited long enough for Sanders to get open. He threw his hand up and put it somewhere where no one else could get it. Flew it past 2 linebackers. It was unbelievable, man. And the flashes of elite Wentzness.
And I got that clip for you.
Oh no.
That's precision right there, man. That's just I felt like that play just showed the flashes of the Carson Wentz that we all know and love. That was just the epitome of that.
And Paul from Facebook, let's throw to Sanders into the corner of the end zone with a small window against Redskins.
Yeah,
and there it is.
On a rope.
Same here, Paul.
Rope. Yo, E-Rock update. He sent a message in our group text. I got to remember to charge my phones when we do these things.
Put them in the bathroom.
My man.
Rookie move, man. Rookie. Now, Prime.
Mine was the trip to Buffalo. We had a great time. Great experience.
The ride there.
Yeah, the ride there was was unforgettable. But Miles Sanders breaking out that 65-yard touchdown run. That was my play, especially with us being in the stands and on those high school bleachers.
Yeah, what was that in the middle of a neighborhood?
Yeah, freezing our asses off, and I needed that excitement because you know what I mean that got us all warmed up and everything. And
I felt like that.
How about when you primed that wall? That was pretty phenomenal.
Yeah. That was a moment. You know what I mean? Shout out to Trox for that one. You know what I mean? That was
man.
Here's the play that Prime was talking about.
Now you got guys caught up in the same spot. There's Matt Milano. There's going to be a good block there, but watch Micah Hyde come in from his safety spot. You can see him get jammed up right there. He needed to be over one gap. They're going to come in and kick Matt Milano out. His path down to support the run was. Now you got guys.
I mean, that kind of like breakaway speed, but just like his ability to like change the game on a minute's notice. Like, you know, looking for a running back in the past couple of years to actually break one. I mean, you had like, what's his name?
We had Ajayi do it.
Ajayi who would caught from behind.
Yeah,
a little bit. You know, he would get caught from behind. Like Miles Sanders is not getting caught from behind.
Garrett Blunt would get caught from behind, but yeah, not the speed on Sanders.
That was Sproles Westbrook-ish.
Yeah,
that's exactly what that was.
Mm-hmm.
My favorite play, just setting it up. You know, shout out to Bud Light who hooked us up with those dream seats down by the goal line. I mean, it was a great.
We weren't allowed to pick this play. This is an obvious
because it was my play.
Yeah, exactly.
We try to.
You better shoot up that front cover of the newspaper right now.
Oh, I just have the play. I'm not trying to get my shine. I got enough shine. I was on the cover of Philadelphia Inquirer, man. But just that moment, just because we talked about it happening, we spoke it into existence, and it happens. You know, Nigel Bradham picks up the fumble, ends up jumping in our laps. We were fortunate we were able to bring another 4thandJawn fan to come with us. Shout out to him. We had a great time, and then it just happened.
So you live by the blitz and you die by the blitz. And this time, they choose to live by the blitz on a Hail Mary play. The Redskins don't pick it up.
Yeah,
big fletch at the end there.
Yeah. Oh yeah, the swan dive. He dives right on in for it and shifts the whole pile.
Yeah, man, I felt like, man, that was just like a great, because it was like the season was going.
Were you whispering in Nigel's ear?
I was not. I would never do that for another man. We're gonna have to like snippet that one. We're gonna have to like. Yeah, hilarious when we see it later. But I think the season was going off the rails, sort of. not off the rails, but it was like on the hinges. And that I think that game kind of elevated everyone's play, and just the momentum continued for a couple more weeks. But yeah, good times, man.
Can we try to? By the way, shout out to Bud Light. I love Bud Light. Everything about Bud Light. Bud Light, you guys are great. And yeah, we're going opening day, correct? What's up, Bud Light? I love you guys. I'd love to go back.
Well, look, you got Facebook talking about your hole in one today.
Thank you, my brother. Yes, I did.
Yeah, Trox. Trox got an 8. Is that your first ace? First ever ace?
No, it's actually my second.
Jeez, what a bragger, man.
This guy.
I don't want to brag. We don't talk about that.
Nicholas from YouTube says, you guys think the Eagles should bring back Bradham?
I mean,
he's still free agent.
I mean, if he's coming back for it's just the way that the roster's set up right now, the linebacker group, it's missing like one guy, like veteran. You know, people have talked about Mark Barron.
Yeah, but you're disregarding the fact that we have Nate Gary, bro.
Yeah,
we have Nate Gary. So like
our defensive MVP.
Keep sleeping on my man. He had a highlight interception last year.
Hey, you want to whisper in his ear?
Yo, he looks like me right now, bro.
Which way do I go? Keep doing your thing, bro. You're all right. Fuck,
keep doing your thing.
All right. All right. Don't listen to them.
Yeah, you just call Nate Poppy. You say don't listen to him, Poppy.
You didn't hear Poppy come out my mouth.
All right.
Don't ever call another man Poppy, okay?
Yeah, no, considering the lack of depth that we have at linebacker, I wouldn't mind bringing Nigel back. What is the cap situation looking like right now? Last time I saw is like 23 to 27 is what we have left. It's
close to 20 mil. You know, there's different.
And it'll cost like 11 mil to sign all the rookies about, right?
I'm not sure if it's going to be 11 mil. But I think there's room for one more piece. I feel like one more piece is going to be added.
Is that running back, or are we looking at another?
Yeah, which side of the ball?
Running back. Could be running back, linebacker. Unless they want to go defensive end and roll with the linebackers we have. I'd say running back or defensive end or linebacker. Or even cornerback. I mean, there's room for. I mean, just think that we're gonna roll some of that money over to next year, but I think we're gonna be $50 million over the cap next year.
Yeah, I mean, look,
that's a good position to be in.
Yeah,
especially after you've already signed your QB.
We're in trouble next year.
Yeah,
they got to start doing some work here. But any last words?
Start hitting some of these draft picks.
Any last words for the folks out there?
Just hang in there,
people. Thank you to all our essential employees. Thank you to the nurses. Thank you. Hopefully a season happens. Hopefully we get to see you in the parking lots.
Yeah, shout out to the first responders for real, man. It's crazy out there, but appreciate you guys. Appreciate all of you. Appreciate all the people that tune in that are, first responders. Definitely appreciate it.
Yeah, shout out to everyone.
Everybody stay safe.
Everyone stay safe. Everyone hug your loved ones and keep talking about the birds. Even though we're going through this pandemic, keep talking about the birds, man. It's okay. We gotta find something to get our minds off of. Shout out to Cindy. Shout out to Mark.
Everybody do your things and stay positive, man. Whatever you gotta do to stay positive.
At the end of the day,
be kind to everybody. Be safe.
Yeah, at the end of the day, it's all about these birds, baby. And we'll see you guys soon.
Go birds.